Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with a special guest today with Aaliyah. Say hello, Aaliyah Kate. She don't even understand Minced yet, but she will. She will. This is going to be the CBA Season 1, Week Number 1 battle against It's Adhesive and the New York Wish. So, very interesting squad here, what my opponent has. We also have an interesting squad. Say hello, Aaliyah. Say hello. Yeah, so, yeah, my opponent. Okay, so check out my draft analysis if you want on my roster. I'll go over it briefly, real quick. I have Megalopunny, Mew, Suicune, Salamence, Decidueye, Nidoqueen, Forretress, Rotom Heat, Sneasel, and Granbull, where Mew and Salamence are my Z-move users. My opponent, who is in my division, has Megalodios, Tapu Fini, Arcanine, Scizor, Raikou, Umbreon, Roserade, Mamoswine, Cofagrigus, Hitmonchan, and Munchlax, where his Z-move users are Tapu Fini and Raikou. So, really interesting matchup we have here. Sit back, little girl. We sit back here. Yeah, I got my daughter here. Say hello, Aaliyah. Yeah, this is a little bit different for me. I've never did this before with my daughter in my hands, or with anybody, in my hands at all. So, here in week 1, we do have Megalopunny, Mew, Suicune, Salamence, Nidoqueen, and Sneasel. So basically, the thoughts around this team was to wear his team down enough to where something like wear his team down with Mew and Suicune and Nidoqueen's Toxic Spikes to where Salamence could potentially set up and clean, or Sneasel could just straight up clean with its offensive prowess with its speed combined. Same thing for Megalopunny. So my Megalopunny set is kind of weird this week. My opponent does have a Cofagrigus, so like I said, it's one of the best checks to Megalopunny in my opinion if you run the right set. Substitute, Baton Pass, Frustration, and Drain Punch. So the thought behind this is I can set up a sub on Cofagrigus unless it has like hidden power or fighting or something, and proceed to pass that out to something like Suicune or Salamence or even Sneasel if I need to. However, Sneasel can't really do much to Umbreon or Tapu Fini, so I'm not really worried about passing the sub to Sneasel because it would be like a wasted pass in my opinion. I have enough speed on my Megalopunny to outspeed the Raikou, which is pretty important. He didn't even bring it, so it's kind of like it didn't even matter. So sub is there because Cofagrigus is definitely going to switch in on my Megalopunny, and I'm going to substitute, and then I'm going to Baton Pass my substitute out to something as he goes for potentially a knockoff or a hidden power fighting or something. Drain Punch is there just for general stat and can get that substitute HP back. So I'll lose 25%, could potentially get that back with Drain Punch from something like Arcanine or Umbreon. Next up, we got the Mew. This week we're rocking a Spadef set. Can take on basically anything my opponent has, which is really nice. We got the knockoff for just some utility. U-turn for momentum, roost, and stealth rock. Basically just there to get my... I will spam rocks if I have to against like Tapu Fini or something, or Megalodios, but he does... Say hi, Aaliyah. Say hi. She's goofy. So yeah, I got the stealth rocks there and stuff. Next up's gonna be Suicune. It's more of a physically defensive set. With got the sub, Calm Mind, Scald, and Roar. Roserade's probably gonna be a switch in, so I can just roar that out, and it could potentially break my sub, but I can just roar him out. Got the Salamence here with the Flyninium Z. Adamant Nature, Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Fly, and Flamethrower. Flamethrower is there for the Scizor. Rocking the Intimidate also, so I can take a little bit better hits from Arcanine and even the Umbreon and the Scizor itself. Here you go, fat cat. She has chocolate on her eye where her sister kissed her just a few minutes ago. So get that off before that stains her. That's hilarious. Yeah, next up's going to be the Nidoqueen with the Black Sludge. Toxic Spikes, Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, and Taunt. She just dropped her passy. She's gonna throw a fit over that. Got the Taunt there to prevent wishes and stuff from like Umbreon. Can also prevent like a slow Tapu Fini. Well, not really. Even a slow Tapu Fini would outspeed my Nidoqueen. Here, baby. And yeah, let me see if I can move this. Oh, I can move it. Oh, basically anywhere I want. So I just wanted you guys to be able to see my team down there, so when they die and whatnot, you can see them go silhouette style. Yeah, so we got the Nidoqueen. Like I said, can taunt the Cofagrigus, can taunt the Umbreon, potentially can taunt other things as well. Earth Power and Sludge Wave was the only coverage I needed, so dual stab. It's going to be really nice in this match. And Toxic Spikes could benefit me after Roserade goes down, or just force Roserade to come in and absorb them and take hits and whatnot. Lastly but not leastly, we have a Life Orb, double dual stab Sneasel with Knockoff, Pursuit, Icicle Crash, and Ice Shard, and had to run a Jolly Nature to speed tie with the Raikou, which is pretty important, and even more important since he didn't bring it. Yeah, but that's going to be the team, and my opponent brings the Arcanine, the Roserade, the Cofagrigus, the Latios, Tapu Fini, and Umbreon. So he chooses not to bring the Scizor, which is really nice. Easy. And he doesn't bring the Raikou, which is really nice, because it could have potentially put in a lot of work if it was like a sub-calm mindset. And he had prior damage on Nidoqueen. So that could have been a huge threat. The most offensively threatening mon, I guess, would have to be the Latios, or like a Trick Room Cofagrigus. Could be very threatening. He could have Toxic Spikes of his own. Could rock Spikes. He does not bring a Rocker, which is important. But Cofagrigus could be Spikes, and Toxic Spikes, and Roserade could be Spikes, which would be annoying. He looks like he's got Wish Pass. Looks like he's got a lot of mons, like just gets generally good recovery. What are you doing? What are you doing, little girl? What are you doing? Oh. Who sat here with Dad? Who sat here with Dad? And yeah, anyways, we're going to hop into the battle here and see what's going on. I'm going to lead off with my Nidoqueen and just try to get up my Toxic Spikes. But he leads with his Tapu Fini, so I'm just going to throw off a Sludge Wave here and see how much damage I can do. Sludge Bomb, I should say. Why did I not rock Sludge Wave? That's a misprep on my part. Sludge Wave would have did a little bit more, would have been a guarantee to a KO. He's going to be forced to switch out here. Well, this one's getting a little grumpy, I think. And I'm going to make a switch out here into my Suicune too, and I'm going to set up a substitute, as this thing actually goes for knockoff, and with my defensive investment, that's not even going to do close to 24%, meaning he can't break my sub. So I'm going to proceed to Calm Mind up here. What are you doing, Feisty Pants? Huh? You take your passion, you be a good girl. So I'm going to Calm Mind up here, and he's going to proceed to try to break my sub. And he finally does. It took a knockoff and 2 Shadow Balls to break my sub. So it's going to at least take 3 Shadow Balls to break it at this point. And he's going to switch out into the Roserade. So I'm going to get a sub up. And I'm going to proceed to I think I'm just going to throw off a Scald this turn. Just to see if he's faster than I am. And he's actually not. I didn't want to roar in case he was slower than me. And I do gauge his speed there. He is slower than my Suicune, which means he is around the same speed as my Mew. She just farted on me. She might be getting ready to start shitting. That's usually what it means when her eyes are like getting puffy and red and stuff. She might be shitting. Go ahead and poop, Aaliyah. You go ahead and poop, pretty girl. And yeah, so I think I missed a few plays there. No big deal. I'm going to knock off this Umbreon as I get up my rocks. He's going to proceed to pass off a Wish, probably. I'm just going to U-turn out here. And he actually decides to stay in and doesn't want to pass the Wish into anything, and he's going to go for the Baton Pass, actually, so even better play there as I go for the U-turn, and he gets all the momentum. However, I am just going to be out of range of the Hydro Pump after I get my Black Sludge recovery, unless he gets a max roll again. However, he is going to go for the Hydro Pump as I switch into my Mew, and I'm very Spadef, and it reveals that he's not very offensive, and even if he was, it's still not a big deal. Now, I should have went for the knockoff there, but I'm just going to U-turn out and get my Suicune in. And basically, I didn't know if he had Defog, but it's good to know that he does. So I'm out here rocking my Suicune now. He's going to bring his Roserade in, so I'm going to double out into my Mew. And yeah, that's exactly what happens here. he brings in his Roserade as I double into my Mew, and now I have the momentum again. I can just set up my Stealth Rocks once again, no big deal. And I'm going to do just that. Now I'm going to take the opportunity to knock off this Tapu Fini, because once this thing's gone, we'll be in a whole lot better position. And, well, once its item is gone, we'll be in a lot better position. Yeah, she's definitely pooping. Are you pooping on screen, pretty girl? People gonna say you poop. Smells like shit too. So yeah, I switched in my Mega Lopunny here on the Cofagrigus, predicting a knockoff or a Shadow Ball, and he goes for the fucking Will-O-Wisp, which would have synchronized him, and his knockoffs would have did jack shit to everything on my team. So very questionable play there, but works out for him. I'm still gonna get my sub up and baton pass my sub out. So that was the main play here, as he goes into his Tapu Fini, which is a great check to a burnt Lopunny. I'm going to be able to go into my Salamence here, set up a Dragon Dance, as he actually is going to decide that he wants to break my sub with a Moonblast. Now he's fearful of a Z move, so it's really good on my part. I'm going to go straight for it, the Flying Inium Z, because the Misty Terrain was up and Dragon Claw wasn't going to do... Well, first of all, Tapu Fini is immune to it, so I had to break my Z move there, but I'm okay with that. Got rid of the Cofagrigus, so I'm in a better position now, even though Cofagrigus wasn't that much of a threat to my team. He's going to decide to throw off a Wish here. Unfortunately, I should have went for the taunt there, but yeah, I'm going to allow him to get the foul play. Okay, she's not wanting that right now. She's just going to poop this out. Little girl. I am going to get the taunt on the Roserade though. And he does absorb the toxic spikes. So like I said, it's not really worth setting up my spikes, but it does force him to get him, to get him out of the field. I'm going to go into my Mew. It's designed to beat this Roserade so that my Suicune can beat it, or beat the rest of his team down. I'm going to switch out here and go into Nidoqueen as he goes for the Giga Drain. So kind of losing a little bit of momentum there as he's going to break down my Nidoqueen here. But I'm just going to switch out again, go right back into my Mew. Not wanting to lose Nidoqueen yet. Can save it for a sack for later in the match. Most importantly, I'm able to just I haven't revealed my last move yet. Stealth Rock, U-turn, knockoff. I haven't revealed Roost yet, so I'm going to go for the knockoff here. He does not have an item, so it does, jack shit still again. Say hey, Aaliyah. So he brings in his Tapu Fini to defog, and I bring in my Suicune. I noticed something later in the match that I'll talk about. Kind of weird. He's going to go into his Roserade again. No big deal, as I'm going to just set up a sub. And what I got to stay in this turn so I can get a little bit of leftovers recovery back, and I can roar him out. So what this means is I'm going to get 2 turns of leftovers back, because I can just stay in this turn. I can potentially Calm Mind and everything. And he's actually going to go for the Moonblast. Does 17% after a Calm Mind, so not going to do much. If I get 2 Calm Minds up, I'll be in a really, really good position. He hasn't revealed Haze yet, so at this point I don't think he has Haze, and he goes into Roserade once again. So had I had the Mirror Coat here, this would have been nice, as he would go for the Giga Drain, and I could hit him back with the Mirror Coat and knock his ass out. But he's just going to go for the Giga Drain again, and I'm going to have to switch out. Going to my Mew here, and now I'm at the point where I need to Roost up. So I'm going to do just that, and my opponent realizes that he's going to have a really, really hard time with my defensive core of Mew and Suicune. I'm going to get my rocks back up to force that Tapu Fini to defog again, and I'm going to prevent Toxic Spikes from destroying my team. I don't have defog, so I do have to use Nidoqueen, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to sack off my Nidoqueen to get these Toxic Spikes on. So I'm really, really happy I saved my Nidoqueen earlier in the match and was able to get to this point here. Now I'm going to bring in my Sneasel, and I'm going to Pursuit Trap this Roserade, knowing he's going to switch out to try to preserve this thing for the Suicune. And I'm going to take full advantage of that. So here we are on turn 41, and we both have he has 4 Mons, I have 5 Mons, so we got quite a bit of ways to go before this battle is going to be over. I'm actually going to speed it up a little bit. Would you quit, Aaliyah? Would you quit, pretty girl? Would you quit? Will you quit, pretty girl? So now he's got his Arcanine in versus my +1/+1 Suicune. So I'm just going to go for the Scald. It does way over half. He does, the Wild Charge does way less than half. So really good position for me here. You can just throw off another Scald here. If he wants to sack his Arcanine, I'm in a good position because he no longer has the potential to intimidate me or anything like that. He does go into his Latios here, and I brained for it. I thought this thing was going to trick me a Scarf or something like that, but it's actually Mega Latios, so no Scarf here. It's going to go for the Psychic. I'm going to U-turn out, and I'm actually faster, so my slow-ass Mew is faster than this this Mega Latios. So I should have Pursuit Trap there. Didn't really know what to do. He has a lot of bulk investment, so I was just going to go for the Icicle Crash because Knockoff wouldn't have knocked him out. Pursuit maybe would have knocked him out since he was switching, but I'm not 100% sure. He's going to defog my rocks away once again, and I'm going to have to go back into Mew and set them back up as he goes back into the Umbreon. It's probably going to throw off a Wish as he does. He's going to go into probably his Tapu Fini to get that Wish back since it doesn't have recovery. I'm going to U-turn out here, which is a little bit unfortunate because this Fini, oops. That's close enough. Anyways, it's starting to drag out a little bit. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. He finally reveals Haze, so he did have Haze. A little bit weird that he didn't go for it already. He reveals Roost on the Latios and everything, and I just roar that thing out. Just gonna continuously set up Calm Minds because I don't mind. And this is when I noticed that Pressure wasn't activating versus his Haze. Is Haze not affected by Pressure or something? I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But his PP was going down 1 by 1. Anyways, it's starting to get a little bit stally here with the Umbreon. I'm going to make a series of questionable plays here. And it's going to end up costing me a lot of differential. But I was getting a little impatient, so I started making a little bit of weird moves here. This match is nowhere near as close as the score indicates. I felt complete control of the whole match. I am going to sub up here on the Umbreon. Foul play, since I am burned. I didn't think would break my sub, but he got a crit, so a little bit unfortunate there. I am going to proceed to go for the Drain Punch here and get a little bit HP back before I try to go for another sub. As you can see, he's not going to allow that to happen. He is going to get beat down a bit, though, and Mega Lopunny is actually going to get quite a bit of HP investment back. And he's going to go for the Wish there, and I go for the Frustration, predicting the Tapu Fini to come in, but he doesn't go for that. So I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch this turn, get a little bit of HP back, and it's starting to work out a little bit. I wanted to sack Lopunny later if I needed to, so I'm going to switch in on the Protect here to my Salamence. I'm going to go straight for the Dragon Claw, and I miss out on the knockout. So an Adamant Dragon Claw was still not doing enough to this. Hit him up with the Flamethrower in case he wanted to go into, I guess in case you want to go on Tapu Fini, I at least get a little damage off. However, he goes on Tapu Fini now, and I'm going to choose to go into my Suicune. Can take hits all day with this bad boy. Here I'm going to go into my Mew and take another hit. It's no big deal. Can roost that off, can knock off, can U-turn, whatever I need to do. My opponent didn't think I would win the PP war, but with Roost on Mew, I can out PP his whole entire team. After I PP stall it with Suicune and break down his team, I can proceed to use Mew to just stall his team out until they struggle to death. But here I'm going to bring in Salamence. I know I'm faster since Mew outsped. Adamant 252 attack Dragon Claw does not knock out this Mega Latios. Look how powerful, look how bulky that thing was. Hits me up with the Psychic. Now I'm just going to knock this thing out. If he switched in the Tapu Fini on the knockoff into another knockoff, I think that was a guaranteed kill. So it was his best play to stay in, so that he would be able to eventually knock out my Sneasel as well and bring differential down to a 2-0 for him. Finally, go into my Mew, able to get the knockoff on the Tapu Fini there and grab the win. So, good game to my opponent, and let me know what you thought in the comment sections. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Say hi, Aaliyah. Say bye, Aaliyah. Let me know what you think about my pretty little daughter here. I'm going to go clean her up, change her diaper, and get this chocolate off of her eye. So, I'll see you guys next time, and I thank you guys for watching.